And the fallout from the not royal tour of Nigeria also continues. Commentators have been pretty scathing this week, haven't they?
Yeah, so the reaction has been quite mixed. So there have been people that did go to Nigeria to see out the royal tour, and they said, the people around the Sussexes were quite, happy with them, and they were quite excited. But the mood from the general public was, why is this happening? Why is the Nigerian military spending all this money? Nigeria is not a particularly very well developed country. There's a lot of poverty in the country, so they didn't really see the kind of point of this, especially because they're not representing the United Kingdom. They're just there on sort of a private tour for their charity. But it's been quite mixed, I would say. I mean, this is probably as good as it gets for the Sussexes. The question is, what next? They can't keep going back to Nigeria. There have been rumors that they have their sights set on Ghana, which is my home country. But again, they might get a different reception because Ghana doesn't send delegates for the Invictus Games. So the question was, what excuse would they use to do these kind of quasi-royal tours? You can't always hark back to Meghan's 43% Nigerian heritage. I mean, if she goes to Azerbaijan, is she going to feel at home there too? So the question is, how are they going to facilitate these sort of semi-royal tours, or is it just going to be the one-off kind of press bonanza that they seem to be going down? Maybe they'll be trying to push any kind of new media content that they come out with. But again, the markets that seem to warm up to them, particularly sub-Saharan Africa and potentially East Asia, they probably wouldn't be that keen or really care if they do any sort of media stuff, because all the kind of media gold is gone. They've said everything they wanted to say about the royal family. Anything to do with their farming and their chicken coops on Montecito probably won't drum up as much hype or interest as they think.
But that begs a broader question, doesn't it, about how are these decisions made by the Sussexes? Who's driving these various initiatives and the way that they do them? The suggestion is that Harry's a bit of a passenger here. Is that fair to say?
Well, one thing we do know is that the decisions are clearly made in-house. There's a certain lack of finesse that you can see is just being made by people that don't have the benefit of the royal firm and all the kind of expertise that goes with it. You can definitely see a heavy hand by Meghan in a lot of the decisions that they make. I mean, when she was part of the royal family as an active working member of the royal family, one of the things that was clear that she did get in terms of what she wanted was the tour of South Africa. It's something that she pushed for, and you can see that in a lot of the kind of the way that their engagements are done. She's really kind of at the forefront. You see Harry sort of melting into the background when she was in Nigeria, and she was, co-hosting that Women in Leadership conference and talking about her Nigerian heritage. It was very much Meghan center stage, and you can understand why. She's an actress. She's had a lot of time being around sort of celebrities and kind of polishing her media persona. Harry's just kind of in the run-of-the-mill, very average English guy that's been trotted along because he's the son of the now king. So that's the perception that many people are having of the couple. Now the question is, how much of that is also kind of in the natural dynamic of their marriage? So does Meghan lead as much on the public end as she does on the private end? People are questioning that. She is obviously a headstrong woman. She seems very confident. She knows what she wants. But you can't have two leaders or two pilots flying a plane. You have to have one pilot and co-pilot. So people are questioning the dynamic of Meghan and Harry's relationship and how that will bode. Obviously, they have tried to curate a particular image for themselves after they've left the royal family. So it's going to be interesting to see how that would affect their own personal life as well and their marriage. They just celebrated their 6th wedding anniversary. It feels like just yesterday they got married on that really beautiful summer day here in England. So questions are being asked about the dynamic of their relationship and who really wears the trousers.